Welcome to the after party. Welcome to the after party. Did you bring some snacks and treats?
Yes, it did.
I hope you got me something to eat.
Maybe.
Welcome to the after party. Coming to the after party.
Right now.
I've been waiting here all day to act like a fool this way. Welcome to the after party. Join us in the after party.
Right now.
Oh, chocolate and gabbing, maybe some microphone gabbing at the after party.
With DJ, Eric, Paige.
I almost forgot to put us like like I always do it at the very end. I like the boxes back up or whatever. I almost forgot it was going to start. We were just I would be talking and we wouldn't even be up on the screen. I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot already because everything's been kind of hectic or whatever. Yeah, I want to comment. Anybody spamming late when we start like 3 seconds after the start time, you're just being obnoxious. That's why you were putting time out. Like,
Eric, the kindergarten teacher. Oh, actually, can we call you kindergarten cop for today?
Yeah, sure.
It's not a tumor. Shut up.
Yeah, it's so silly. Like three seconds before the start time on your clock, and all of a sudden you're spamming late. It's just annoying. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Today we have the Quizmaster. We have the Quizmaster over here.
I was trying to think of like a performative voice because I just did some Arnold then. So, what would the voice of the Quizmaster be?
I don't know. I think it would be something European, probably. Like maybe you would sound. I am
the Quizmaster.
Maybe you would sound like Ben because Ben sounds like a proper Quizmaster. So
hello,
hello. I am the Quizmaster.
Did you finish your movie, Ben?
Oh no, I just started one, and then that was just like in the meantime, and I'll finish it later.
Oh,
okay. So Ben, I have something we have to address. We have to address the elephant in the room, right? Can we please talk about this behind the scenes photo that we have from Canada Graphs? I want to know. This photo was leaked. Do you have any comments about this leaked photo?
Yeah. I think he's been in my house. I have no idea how Canada Graphs got in, but I disapproved. My lawyers are going after Canada Graphs.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I think he's going to put it on his Patreon, so you need to watch out for that.
The Patreon? Because I heard it was an OnlyFans exclusive. Now, I don't know if it's an alternate cut of this photo with that maybe hashtag shows more skin. Yeah. I'm not too sure, but it's the same pose. Because if that's the case, it's giving me some Michelangelo's David vibes. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's for us to find out.
Ben, you're getting roasted in the comments. Look at the comments, Ben. You just look at them.
I'm getting digging the friggin' tucked in.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm digging the Harry high pants. Ben might be bringing it back. Ben might be bringing it back in fashion.
Oh.
Do you know the actual story? I literally just put like I don't know my jumper on, and like I just didn't look, and then I turned away, and it was on the camera. And you
should know that if something like this is going to happen, that Pagey's going to catch it, or Canada Graphs may grab it when you're not looking.
Yeah, he got always
somewhere with photos. So anyway, that was pretty funny. Go over on Twitter to see the picture in high definition, at a higher resolution,
high definition and X-rated.
Yeah. Go head over to the Patreon and go for it. So, Paigey, I don't think you'd watch it. You hadn't watched Invincible all the way through, have you?
No, it's sitting there waiting for me to like binge it because actually this is my little suggestion for the week because I don't have a Paigey's pick. The one show I quote unquote binged, it was only 3 episodes, but it's only got 3 episodes out. Was that new HBO show called Mayor of Easttown? Have you heard of it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
If you've watch it. It's very, very good. There's my suggestion. That's it. So that took up my quote unquote binging section of my weekly timetable, even though it's only 3 episodes. So I'll eventually get to it, but
Ben loved it. And by the way, I saw your tweets about it after you finished it because I was like, it's Invincible.
Oh yeah, I literally watched it. I started episode 1 yesterday, and I watched all the way till episode 8. I loved the show. Like I never do that ever. So
Is it better than Supergirl season 1 though?
I don't know. Like I was watching the show, and I was like, I mean, the CW shows have a lot to live up to with this. Like
that could get you cancelled if you think it's better than.
There we go.
Supergirl season
So
1.
Naruto here has got a $5 super chat. He goes, Kirkman confirmed an interview the other day. We can expect more Battle Beasts in the show than we ever saw in the comics. So that's great because that's a character who I'm like fanboying over. Like I really love that character. So the fact that we're going to get more than we got in the comics makes me extremely excited because that character, I'm telling you guys, you're not ready for Battle Beasts. You're not ready for Battle Beasts. All right, so there's a bunch of shows this week. I guess we'll just kind of run through them and see the ones we've watched and the ones we haven't watched or whatever. You guys, in the chat, if you have any questions or whatever, feel free to super chat them to definitely get them read out. Or you can take a chance and just drop it in the chat and maybe we'll read it. Like this one here. Thoughts on Loki moving to Wednesday? I like a midweek show. I'm okay with that. What do you think about this? Any thoughts on this?
I don't think it really matters because it's still going to come out at midnight American time anyway.
Yeah.
If not like at 3 a.m. or something like that. So I don't think it really changes too much.
I'm going to start a changed Wednesdays instead of Fridays.
No, but like when? Like
the 9th of next month. The 9th of June.
Okay.
It's I'm going to start a change.org petition so that we don't have to wait till midnight American time because the world should revolve around my time zone.
Yeah.
So we needs to get that corrected. Look at this hashtag cancel Ben. That's
why are you against the high waist trousers?
Gary with the 1-9 super chat. Are you mad at me or are you proud of me? Well, I'm personally proud of you, but I think is Ben proud of you? I don't know if he is. Like I'm not sure. So
depends on the day. I'm okay right now.
And Paige probably has no comment. Or
I'm very neutral at this time. Very neutral.
Have you seen the drama between the Superman news?
What drama? Is it like that Henry Cavill fans being like, wee?
Yeah, that's pretty much the drama. That's it.
Is that your impersonation of a baby whining?
I think I think the thing is that we talked about this back when they announced they were going to do like a multiversal like a Black Superman story, and we talked about having multiple Supermen who were African American and things like that. So it seems to be like I don't know if the trades are getting it right, or maybe the people at Warner Brothers are getting it wrong, or what's happening. But they want to do a Kal-El story with a Black Superman. I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, I just feel like that story has been told so many times. I would love a different version of Superman. It doesn't have to be the Clark Kent Kal-El Superman. Like you can do another one, or if you're going to do a Black Superman story, do Icon. Like it's so weird that they're set on.
That's the thing. They have an Icon movie in development, but it's meant to be like in that like whole other world, like the Dakotaverse, what it is, like the Milestone comics.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like I don't know necessarily know what they're doing, because the thing is that I would assume, because in the article it says Kal-El, like Kal-El, and that's Clark, like that's right. Clark Kent. But I do wonder if it's just Kal-El, which is Calvin Ellis.
Yeah.
Because the thing is
because
that
it's just spelled Calvin Ellis. Different.
Yeah. Calvin Ellis is literally just Black Clark Kent, but then when he gets to Earth, it's a bit different. Like his parents are still Jor-El and Lara and everything like that. It's just that it's a black version, and then when it gets to Earth, it's different. It's like the whole, Daily Planet and stuff like that. Obviously, he becomes president. The only reason I can think they might not go down that route is like maybe they thought, that would have been better when Obama was president, but it was created when Obama was president.
Yeah,
that's the whole reason.
But it also doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that. Like it's like once Obama's not president, we can't use that character anymore.
It seems weird, and I think the one word I saw used by a lot of people is that if it is just they're just making Clark Kent black, it just feels gimmicky when you have.
It is. I agree.
Both Calvin Ellis and Val Zod. Val Zod's even better. So even if they do Calvin Ellis, I'm sitting there going, well, hold on, Val Zod's the better option anyway.
Yeah, we talked about that when the first time this news came out. Val Zod is the superior character, like in terms of stories and stuff.
And like he was brought in on Earth too. Like he was on Earth too. The only thing I can see they're going, maybe they wouldn't want to do it is because Kal-El or Clark is a part of his story. And maybe they don't want to do that. Maybe they just want him to be the sole thing. He is the Superman on that Earth. There was no, Clark or Kal-El or, white Superman before. It's just him, which I guess is where you get the Calvin Ellis stuff coming in. I would, just for like me being positive going into it, it's Calvin Ellis. Just because I think a lot of people are just going to see it's a bit gimmicky if they're just like, we're just going Black Clark Kent when there's those two characters sitting there. So
and this is just me speaking from my personal point of view on this. Like if they take Clark Kent's story and turn it into something that's different just for the sake of doing it, that seems like pandering to me a little bit. Like I want them to tell a story that's unique to this new Superman. So,
well, yeah, that's the thing. Like I know in that article they said it's like a period piece. Now I don't know necessarily if that means is it set in the 40s? Is it set in the 70s? Is it set in the 90s? Like what is that? Like where specifically do they mean period piece? But they said it's in the 20th century. So I don't know if they're going to play it where they would have it in like I don't know, like maybe around the time of like the civil rights movement or something like that. And there's a black Superman. I'm not too sure the direction they're going to go in. Based off who they got to write it, I would assume they might head down some sort of like maybe political or some sort of like that route. I'm not too sure though. Like I'm not saying that's
it's going to be an Elseworld story, right? Don't you think?
It's meant to be set on Robert Pattinson's Earth, I think they said. Yeah. Or like I'd assume, I don't know if that's been confirmed or something like that, but
I believe honestly they want to build some sort of a Justice Society or Justice League with that Batman world. That's what I think they want to do.
I think personally they're doing the things that they're unsure about and they see as quote unquote risky.
They put on that.
It's just they're Elseworlds, and then if they want to fold them in, they can. They can do. So they have Flashpoint. Well, apparently, at the end of next year, it can move to 2023. Who knows? But let's just say like 2027, they could do another little like crisis event or something like that, or just some event that folds that Superman or that Batman into the main timeline if it's worked out. But everything else that seems a bit risky is just put Elseworlds. Because pretty much everything that they've got lined up that's in the main DCU thing isn't risky.
Right.
Like there's no real risk there.
So what do you think about this, Ben? Like
well, I think it's cool and I think it would be I'm expecting it to be a kind of Elseworlds thing like the Batman film. And I don't know if they're necessarily gonna cross them over like anytime soon. Well, I reckon they're going to say, oh, we're on the same Earth or something. Like DC will come out with a statement or something,
Because
sorry,
I was going to say, the big issue is, there was those set photos which showed that there was a Superman guy in cosplay. But he was like a white dude, just a Superman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So that makes you think, well, is it on the same Earth? Or are they going to say that Clark Kent came later and he became Superman later? I don't know how they're going to go about it.
Also, I don't think it's a big deal that this is another version of Superman. Like, look at the comics. There's so many versions of Superman.
Well, that's the thing is people get really mad because of the whole Henry Cavill thing. And I get it. If that's your favorite version of Superman, there's a lot of people that like actors playing. Like a lot of people like Brandon Routh as Superman. But I don't see people getting mad that there's other versions other than Brandon Routh. Like, I don't see people acting out like that. Like, I'm totally good with the different version of Superman. Like, I have no issue with it at all.
We know
Yeah.
why.
Well, what's the reason why?
I didn't even have to say it.
He doesn't even have to say it.
I didn't even have to say it. Hashtag culted up 24/7. Like, there's your answer.
So here goes another question from is that RBL Scum? RBL
Rebel Scum. Rebel Scum.
Oh, that's like a license plate thing. I like it. $4.99 super chat. Thoughts on the Superman suit on Superman and Lois? I feel like the muscles suit is too much. Are we talking about the flashback episode? So we're talking about.
I don't know, but every Superman suit has muscles on them. So
let me.
The new suit is awesome. Like compare it to the other suit we had in Supergirl.
Is this the one we're talking about? The ones from Just Jared?
I think it's that one. Yeah.
Oh well, it's cool. I have no problem.
I actually feel like that has less muscles than the other suit does. That looks more like. I mean, maybe in the stomach and in the back of his arm and stuff, but I don't know. Is that what we're talking about? This suit right here?
I have no idea.
I think it looks good. It's a good throwback suit. I don't have an issue with it if that's the one we're talking about.
Damn,
I mean, what did you guys think of it? Because it was all over Twitter yesterday. So, I mean, do you like that suit?
It was cool.
Yeah, and apparently they're filming a scene where he goes into a telephone booth to change.
Cool. It's a good
like the Christopher Reeves and stuff like that.
Yeah. Team 4 with the $5 super chat. I wish Ralph would come back with Sue, even if he's recasted, especially with Cisco and Wells leaving. I think that character's kind of tainted now, to be honest. I just don't see how they can.
It's like it's not going to happen. It's like expecting Dean Cain to come back for Supergirl. I think it's not.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen.
I don't know how they would do it. I mean, I feel like if they brought him back as a recast, people would complain that it's not Hartley and call him out on that.
And it's a lose-lose situation, so they're better off just not touching it. Yeah. There's situations where it's just lose-lose, and if it's going to be a lose-lose, just leave it as it is.
Yeah.
There's no point moving forward with it. Unless like you have to act on it. So you have to choose one. But in this case, they don't. They can just sit there and just let it be. It's a lose-lose. So best
he kind of wrote himself out of the show with what happened. So I mean,
well, his past self did. He was like, hey, 5 years. Let's lose that job.
Naruto here with the $2 super chat. Does less Cisco mean less Camilla? I get she would probably go away completely.
Right? Well, I think the fact she hasn't even been there. She hasn't even been there. Like, I think she's in next week's episode.
I would not be surprised if him leaving with her is the exit for both of those characters.
Yeah.
It'd probably be like, because didn't they might say that she got like a job somewhere or something, and then Cisco's like, well,
what is she away for now? Why is she not on the show? As we know why she's not been.
She went to do something for the Citizen. That's why she was away.
And she's been gone for like a month. Like, what is she doing for the Citizen that she's been gone for a month?
It was something to do with the Citizen. I think that's what they mentioned. Like, I don't know how many episodes it was because we had that break, so I can't remember off the top of my head. But it was it was something to do with the Citizen.
Oh, he says the regular suit on the show.
No,
even then it's awesome. It's still the same thing. It's just like all the suits have padding, like no suits skin tight.
All right, let's talk about this. Have either of you watched Batwoman this week? Okay, obviously Ben has not. Paigey, did you watch it this week? I think we talked about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one night
did you fall asleep?
I didn't. No.
It's just very.
So I was going to do a Batwoman review today, but I've been at the hospital all day, so I have not had a chance to do any videos.
Can I give the exclusive away?
Yeah, go ahead.
There will be a 30 to 45-minute video from Eric just ranting about this week's episode over the next 48 hours.
I was hoping today, but probably tomorrow at this point. I'll probably do it tonight. But this episode, I waited for this episode because I really, really wanted to see Wallace as Kate Kane. Like, I was really excited to see what she was going to do as this character. Like, newsflash, it's not even really Kate Kane, right? It's just this whole different thing that doesn't make a lot of. Again, this 45 minute, I could go on, right? I could actually go on.
Wait, come on, explain kind of how she came back. At least I know most people will probably watch, right?
I don't think most people care, but I'll explain it. Yeah. So, Black Mask's daughter, who died. Did they say, Paigey, how long ago it was? It's been a while, right?
It was a period of time ago.
Okay. His daughter passed away. So for some reason, he decided to get Enigma, who hypnotizes people, to take Kate Kane, who could have been anybody, really. Like, it doesn't even, like, this is the thing. It could have been any person, to take Kate Kane and hypnotize his dead daughter's entire personality and life and memories into Kate's mind.
What the fuck?
And make her forget her entire life before that day. How would that even, like, that doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah. I don't feel like getting a headache, so to see the full review.
What type of? I'm sorry, but what type of explanation is that?
It's really bad. It makes no sense. It's really bad.
But how can the writers be like, "Oh yeah, this is a great idea"?
Because it's, I don't know. It's probably, I reckon, if anything, it's probably like the showrunner or one of the head writers in the writers' room has gone, "This is what we're doing," and someone else is being designated with writing the episode.
Why even bring Kate Kane back? Just make it his. This could have been Black Mask's daughter. Like, why even bring Kate Kane back for this? Like,
I think maybe they kept it a logic as to why he would keep her alive. I think that's why they've done it, and I think that's probably why they've done it. And it's
Enigma, who hypnotizes people, somehow has the power to take a dead person's entire personality and memories and implant them into someone else's head. Take that info. She's not a metahuman. She doesn't have tech. It's not magic or anything like that. So anyway, the Ryan and Alice as frenemies, like anti-hero thing or whatever, doesn't make any sense because Alice has not done anything to redeem herself at all. Everything Alice has done on the show has been in the benefit of Alice. She's never done anything to benefit anyone but herself. That is the opposite of a hero. It's not even an anti-hero. It's literally just the opposite of a hero. So having her come in and become frenemies with Ryan, I was like, she hasn't even, you have to apologize and take responsibility for what you've done to be an anti-hero. And she even says that, like Alice in the episode goes, as an anti-hero. And I'm like, you're not an anti-hero. What heroic thing have you done? Nothing. It's a big zero. You've done nothing heroic. You just murdered someone in the previous episode that came in to get like help from a therapist. You just killed someone. Sure. You're an anti-hero, I guess. Whatever. Get ready for the 45-minute rant on that one. That's going to be fun. I actually told Paige, I was like, I could rant for the length of the episode about how bad the episode was.
Please do. Oh, can we get a Earth 2 Eric cameo?
Maybe. He might
I'm asking on behalf of everyone.
Might show up there. So, Ben, have you just dialed out from Batwoman? Are you not watching it anymore at all? Is that what's going on? Or
yeah, I haven't watched since episode 3.
Well, I think I skipped the previous episode because I think I did. Maybe I got brain leakage and I couldn't remember. But
you know, I only found out Legends of Tomorrow was on this week from your video, Eric. I totally forgot.
Really? Did you go back and watch it or no?
No, I'm gonna watch it because I was actually looking forward to it, but like, I totally forgot. I haven't been reminded or anything. And
the reality was, honestly, the truth is, it wasn't a really bad episode. It's just that the writers don't seem to care about continuity, which has been a problem on Legends for a long time.
Ooh,
but this time, the Gary Green story flip was pretty awful.
I saw your review and I was like, what Gary? Like, it makes no sense.
Apparently he's been an alien all along.
But what about the nipples?
That's exactly what I said. So
I know.
Naruto, $2 super chat. You still got to review last week's Supergirl. So yes, I'm doing. I was trying to get my Supergirl review out. Like I was going to do 3 videos today, honestly, but you get to the hospital and you're there all day.
You may as well do the prom thing in one go.
I'm going to do the prom and then prom again episode. I'm going to do back to like in one video. But if you have questions about it, you can ask or whatever. But what did you think of Supergirl this week, Ben? Because I know you watched it.
Yeah. I think these last 2 episodes, yes, they've been like a whole separate story, but it's been very refreshing for me. I don't know. It feels like a proper complete story. I really enjoyed it. I had a great time. I love young Kara, young Alex. They really embody Melissa and Kyla. And I just really enjoyed it. Like the aliens are cheesy, but like I think they're cool at the same time. And like I really liked Neo and Brainy more. And this is comparing to like the Chester episode recently on The Flash. I kind of like them more because we're kind of seeing more of them rather than them just as like team members, you know. And yeah, I just really, really like these last 2 episodes, and I think they're definitely the best 2 this season. And I mean, they're maybe more memorable than a lot last season as well. So
okay,
I really liked it.
I will say that that I'm going to talk more about it in my review, but I didn't mind the story. I think the story was fine. I think it was a good little, like, it was kind of a bubble time travel story, and I'm okay with that. I do think there's going to be repercussions for what happened. I think we're going to see something in the future change that they haven't accounted for. I don't know what it is, but I feel like something's going to happen. I will say it felt weird 2 weeks in a row with Melissa not being on the show. That felt a little weird to me.
I wasn't bothered, and that's because I think the young Kara and Alex are so good.
So you're saying
Ben Simp's young Kara. I think.
Do you think that the young Kara is better than Melissa?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
you guys heard it here. Exclusive.
They embody that kind of same. I don't know, like the same character. I don't know. Anyway,
are you saying that if this younger Kara wanted to continue the show without Melissa, you would keep watching it?
I would people either way.
Edgy.
No, I agree. I really enjoyed them, but I did feel like Melissa. This season has been a season without Melissa. Really, I mean, she's only been in very little parts of the season so far, and we're like a good chunk of the way through. Like,
well, we're gonna get her back at the end of the next episode. So,
look at that! How dare you talk about Melissa?
Hashtag canceled.
Ben being edgy. Look, see,
I'm not bashing her.
Paigey is better than Melissa Benoist.
Well, we already knew that, so I don't know why didn't need a chat from the thing from the chat to confirm that. That was pretty obvious.
New flash photos with Camilla in it.
Yeah, I had to look through them. There's nothing there. I was surprised. That she's in the synopsis.
Asking you shall receive. Ben, you want to do that?
Ben, you seriously need to start paying attention. I mean, as the number 4 Flash channel, you behind Wars 2.
There was a title change for a Batwoman episode, in case anybody was curious. The episode Within the Limitations has now been changed to And Justice for All. So
it was always called Injustice for All.
That's what I'm saying. Just it's popped up now. Breaking news from Batwoman TV. Shaunek here with a $1 super chat. I wish they updated us on the Phantom Zone briefly. Do you think there's a reason why they just didn't bother to do anything with the Phantom Zone during these episodes? Because they could have flashed over to it. I don't see why not. I mean, I know they wanted to kind of complete the story, but we really didn't have side stories. Like these 2 episodes were really their own separate contained stories, and you don't get that usually on CW shows. It happens very rarely. So
yeah, I just think that they wanted to do something completely different, and I mean, I don't think they really cared about the Phantom Zone story that much. Like, I mean, she's gonna get out next episode. They knew that since the start, right? So,
do you not care about the Phantom Zone story, Ben? Is that what you're saying?
Eric, I love the Phantom Zone story. Stop trying to expose me. I'm joking, but no, it's great. I love the Phantom Zone stuff.
Thomas here. I wouldn't be surprised if we get an announcement of Flash season 8 being the last season. I don't know about that one.
No,
I mean, I don't think they would bother announcing cast members leaving if they weren't expecting to go longer than another season.
Yeah, I think people are sort of. I've seen a lot of like just terrible takes on this all because I've seen people say, "Oh, they're leaving. They're leaving. The show next season must be the final." I was like, but they knew that they were leaving before season 6 ended. They knew that those characters were leaving before season 6 ended. They knew season 7 was
because wasn't Tom Cavanaugh? Didn't that article say that he was basically done at the end of last season?
He was going to be done in season 6 as a regular, but they kept him on as a series regular for the first 3 episodes or something like you. That's where because it was like the episode count or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just I think a lot of people just don't know how things work. I think we're voicing their opinions on it, but my bet for it was always season 9, because I think we all knew Tom was leaving, and it was very, very likely that Carlos. It was very, very likely Carlos was leaving because of Chester coming in. Like the news yesterday wasn't surprising; it was more just confirmation on it, and it's just like, oh, okay, well, it's a bit disappointing, but you know, it would have been more of a surprise if like Jesse or Martin was leaving or something like that, because there was no setup for him leaving.
Like, think about it. Chester and Cisco occupied the same space on the show. And I even talked about this on the episode with the 90s because I was like, they're literally the same character for the show. It's really difficult to give them stories because they're occupying the same space on the show. Like, they're the tech person. And
And also, some of the bad tags I've seen as well is that the Flash is on a decline. I'm like, last season was the third best season. If anything, it's on an increase. And season 7 started well.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand people just like to get attention, but at the same time, don't make yourself look like an idiot at the same time. Oh, my phone's ringing. My phone's ringing.
So unprofessional.
Is that a flex? That's the watch going off.
That's a flex because that's a paid for ringtone, so you have to.
I'll tell you what though, I'm really scared because there's phone numbers that ringing me. Its first 7 digits are exactly the same as mine. The only ones that are different are the last 2. Is this like some Twilight Zone stuff going on?
I think it might be. It might be the Phantom Zone calling for you. You never know. They're going to take you away, so you'll be absent for like the first 8 episodes of your season.
Yeah, God. Maybe I've been taken into the Mirrorverse.
Maybe. Geek Information with a 4.9 super chat. Batwoman got a little better to me, but this week irritated me. I was excited for Wallace, and now this BS. I think it's Batwoman. Like, I'm telling you right now, I could rant forever about this. I think when I talked to Paige, I ranted for like 30 minutes about it. Like, they had the easiest thing that they could have done. They could have just taken Javicia and completely created a new storyline for the season and not even really dealt with Kate in a big way. Just kind of kept it as a mystery in the background. But they did the opposite of that, and they made the Kate stuff big. They put Alice on the forefront. They could have just recast Kate if this is what they wanted to do from the beginning. Like, doing it now, this is the most complicated way they could have done it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I
have a feeling it's not going to last long. I think we'll probably see her back to normal, quote unquote, normal Kate. Not in like fairly soon. So I don't think I have to wait too long. So I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue.
Yeah. All right. We got a question about the Flash. $5 super chat. So Chris's entire vendetta against Frost was her not being able to forgive herself for trusting someone she shouldn't have. This was my only complaint about last. I mean, I said out of my review, if you guys haven't watched it yet, the 2 things that bothered me was, of course, I want more Flash on the Flash, but I say that every week. But my main complaint was that I think that is her name Kristen Kramer? Wasn't that her last name? Kramer, I think. She was upset with Frost because she wanted Frost to be the precedence for taking meta powers away from people that she thought didn't deserve to have them because they're bad people or whatever and whatnot. This was kind of boring to me. It was kind of the weakest thing in the episode. How did you feel about it? Did you guys have any extra thoughts on this?
Well, I don't think it was meant to be exciting. Like, oh my God, this is the most riveting television I've ever seen. Like that scene. But I think it was meant to say, this is why she's doing it. And I thought it made 100% sense. Yeah,
it made sense to me. I just thought I thought that this character of Kramer was going to be a bigger character as a whole. And
I'm 99% sure she's not gone.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she's still in the show. I'm pretty sure she's in next week's episode or the episode after.
I hope she's gone.
No, but I think she's there I think she's still, because I think that's what Iris is doing. Because remember, they never did anything with the Iris storyline going after Kristen. And I think that's what Iris is doing next week. I'm pretty sure.
With Camilla as well. With the camera.
Well, I think it's all of them. It's just the hashtag Team Citizen.
But what do they have to go after her for? Like, she
investigating, because I think this like she's just sus in general on Iris.
Yeah.
If she thinks there's suspicious.
you made up a word.
Maybe I'm in the Mirrorverse already. I don't know.
Maybe.
Twilight Zone hashtag 2-digit different number. Anyway, and Iris is like, well, still don't trust it, so I'm going to investigate, and also because we need a hashtag exclusive on the Citizen.
Hashtag exclusive, Kristen.
Hashtag exclusive on the DC TV show.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on this, Ben?
Yeah, the Kramer stuff, like, I really liked last night's episode. I especially like the kind of last 10 minutes or so of the episode. It was really cool. But like the Kramer stuff, I get it, and we're supposed to be annoyed by her because, like, I mean, she's going after Frost, and we know that Frost isn't like the worst person in the world. And I could do with like not seeing her again. Like, she was just okay, you know.
Who was that person on Arrow that annoyed us that did a similar thing with Oliver Queen? What was her name? She was like she was like was she FBI agent that came in or something like that?
No, she was a reporter, wasn't she?
I thought she was an agent there in one season.
Oh wait, was it the black lady?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay, she was like I was thinking of that reporter in season 5.
I was saying this Kramer person gives me the same
Samandra Watson.
vibe.
Yeah, Samandra Watson.
Yeah, because she had like her first name. I'd never heard that name before. Ever. Yeah, and I was like, that's an interesting name. But yeah, I remember I had the same feelings about her when she came into the show. That I was like, she's just being annoying because she's there to make us as viewers get frustrated. They're going after characters that we know aren't bad people.
Yeah,
and I just think her entire vendetta against Frost was. I guess I wanted more from that. I mean, it was competent. It wasn't bad. I just wanted a little bit more from it.
Yeah.
Staggervore here with the 49 super chat. From what I heard with Nora X's return to the Flash, it sounds like they're going to make her and Bart sort of versions of the Tornado Twins. What do you think about this 150th episode? Any thoughts on their return? Like any big theories?
I don't think there's much to think about because there's zero outside of the fact they're just going to be there. We don't know because the storyline hasn't started for the back half. So it's pretty much a nothing burger at this point. I've seen some weird theories. I'm like, there's literally nothing to base it on. So like, you're pretty much just throwing darts at a wall, not a dartboard.
Yeah. And about you, Ben? Any thoughts on this?
About them.
We're going to see the Tornado Twins or not? Basically, is like, what do you think?
I mean, they are going to be siblings, right? And maybe Nora's like a different version of herself because she got erased, but. I guess it's kind of likely, and I wouldn't mind seeing it.
But they're calling him Impulse.
Yeah, but they can twist the comics. They don't need to go.
Yeah, but I think that will trigger people.
It will trigger.
I mean, they already made Bart their son, so that's going to annoy.
Exactly, they've already triggered 100%.
So Ben's like, just keep triggering. Ben's like, just keep
why
won't
they
they
triggered? You've already ripped the piece of paper a tiny bit. Just rip it completely in half.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I wouldn't mind it, but I don't think it's that likely. Yeah.
So I realize my stream is getting robotic probably because my signal's low.
Intergalactic.
I thought that was me because it's normally me.
It's Cox.
We're going to blame you for it, Ben.
Cox
we're going to blame you for it. You're going to blame you, Ben, but it's actually Eric's fault.
Yeah. Multi-topic with a $5 super chat. I missed the start of the stream. I was watching the Flash last episode. Guys, any thoughts on Legends of Tomorrow? It was a fun episode. I didn't like the Gary thing, but other than that, I thought it was okay.
Yeah,
like they've had bad episodes.
It was good outside of the Gary stuff, and that's pretty much the best way to put it.
Yeah. Go watch my review on it. I talk a lot more about it.
Oh, plug.
Yeah, there we go. Introverted Unicorn with a $5 super chat. Frost goes to prison for life. Barry, Iris, and Caitlin, Frost's mom, doesn't bother to be at the trial or say goodbye. Well, I don't think they knew that she was going to put herself up for life in prison. I think that was a surprise.
It's also important. They're not going to get that actress up to be in one episode in like a handful of scenes in the courtroom. And it's like with Barry and Iris, I think they would do like the whole bubble thing, prevented Barry and Iris.
Yeah, they went in there.
Yeah. Right, well, Grant Gustin and Candace Patton, might I say, from being there. So it's just a COVID issue. So it's nothing writing wise. It's literally just COVID.
But you know who was there? Norvok. By the way, was
me and Eric
go away.
Well, me and Eric theorized that he must have a deleted scene. He must have a deleted scene where he talks. Because why would he show up and just be in the back like nodding?
He's like the whole time he's like,
yeah, like leaning over, leaning forward, and nodding. So I'm assuming there's deleted scenes.
That guy is like one of the most useless characters on the show. Seriously.
But he is from your favorite episode, Girls' Night Out.
Girls' Night Out. Yeah, true.
So in reality, you're sort of lying because you love him.
Geek Information for 49 Super Chat. Who's worse, Kramer, Lopez off Black Lightning, or Samantha? I guess Samandra or Samantha, whatever her name is. She really annoyed me. I was really glad when she was gone. Like we've had more time with her. I think Lopez hasn't done much on Black Lightning yet. She's been annoying, but not like super annoying.
Well, Samantha Watson was there for like half a season. She was there for ages. But Kramer was there for like what, 4 episodes?
I'm kind of tired of seeing these characters. Like these storylines have been done so many times on the shows. Like I don't know. I don't need to see more of Kramer.
Well, it's a typical just TV thing. Like you see pretty much like you have an outside person that comes in for a handful of episodes to be disruptive and
I know, but still.
Yeah. Like even seeing like sitcoms and stuff like that.
Shonak with the 1-9 super chat. Why does the Speed Force have all the Force's colors? Theories, people. Theories. What do you think? What do you guys
Because
think?
they've already killed all the Forces.
No.
I'm
She had the red
joking.
lightning when well, don't joke, Ben. This is serious.
Okay.
This is not a comedic stream.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
You
have you
go,
ever watched the quartering? Okay, we're like that. Okay, so don't joke in this stream, please.
Okay.
Seriously. Look, you've annoyed me. I'm not going to answer the question anymore because you've just annoyed me so much.
Yeah.
I'm going to let Eric answer it. Go ahead, Eric.
Eric. Go ahead.
I personally think that there's already been a battle between her and the other Forces, and that she's trying to collect all the Forces into her so she has the power.
So what you're saying is it's Pokemon.
Yes.
Actually, have you noticed it's Pokemon? Red Charmander, blue Squirtle, green Bulbasaur, yellow Pikachu. We're playing yellow version. We're playing Pokemon Yellow.
Also, what episode are the Forces supposed to go away? Sorry.
I think 11's the finale.
And what are we on now? 8. So
we're on 1.
Shush.
Plus
Shush. 8. No, but I was just saying that because like I think we're definitely getting Psych back. Are we getting Dion back? Do we know that?
They're all coming back. It's going to be a hashtag reunion special.
Okay.
Eat hard
friends reunion.
Yeah, eat hard at Fresh Prince, Friends, West Wing.
And there's going to be Speed Force versus all.
Yeah.
Hashtag
and I think
she told Barry, pick a side, Barry.
I think there's a twerk remix as well at one point. So keep your eyes out.
Did you notice that the Strength Force had blue light instead of red light? Ooh. Does that mean the red light means negative Speed Force? Is that what that means?
Well, it's just like when Psyche uses his powers, it's purple, but the Sage Force is blue.
I know. So confusing.
But then for some reason, Dion's just green all the time. Maybe he's vegan. Maybe. I'm not too sure.
Maybe.
But if he was, he would tell us. That's what vegans do. We don't know yet. If he was, he would just say he's a vegan.
Ooh. Vegan diss track. I didn't realize we are going to get that on the stream. Edgy of you, Eric.
Ash with the $5 super chat. Honestly, should just extend Carlos's contract for season 8 and end the show with season 8. I'd rather have Cisco around for the final season. Well, we don't really know Chester, right?
I think you just answered your own question there, Ash. Obviously, they're not planning season 8 to be the final season.
Right.
Yeah. And they said that they're open to having them back. So season 8 is not going to be the final season, you know?
Well, at least at the current moment, like something could happen. But at least when they were sorting out the contract, season 8 wasn't going to be the final season.
The thing is that this isn't like forced labor, right? Like if Carlos doesn't want to continue to do the job, they can't be like, you know what, we're going to extend your contract for 2 more seasons and you don't have a choice. Like he doesn't want to continue to work there and live there in Vancouver. And it's his decision. So he wants to go. They're bringing Chester in. I think Chester's good. I don't really have a problem. We don't know Chester that well yet. I mean, you may actually love him. Remember, we spent a whole season hating Ralph Dibny. At least I did. And then I ended up really loving him the next season.
And then I was correct the entire time.
Yeah. So I don't know.
And
what do you guys think about Chester? Just general thoughts on him. We don't know that much about him.
I think he's fun. I think the actor's good. The thing is that he's had to compete with. He's in an episode, then he's out of an episode because they have to. Cisco's Cisco. So I think once Cisco's gone and Chester fills that role, that's where I think you can really judge him, if that makes sense.
I like Chester. Chester's cool.
I like him. I think he's. I think there's like. I just hope they don't go all of a sudden Chester's now naming the metas and stuff like that. Hopefully they just like the metas will just have their own names, even if they're just lame, like Banana Muncher or something. I don't know. Also, before we get to this thing here, I was just gonna say, do you guys prefer when they do like a Flash where they sit out some characters for a couple of episodes, or would you prefer something more like Supergirl where they just share the lines between? Like at the moment, there's so many characters on Team Flash
Supergirl, they're just sharing
Flash does it better.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the better. Like, like obviously other shows do it, but
it's more realistic because people could be gone for a day. Like somebody could be doing something for a day. Like it's more realistic.
And Batwoman does the same thing as Supergirl. They try to force every cast member on screen every episode, and it gets to the point where like Javicia is the lead, and consistent. Like there'll be like weeks in a row where Alice will have more screen time or Sophie will have more screen time. And it's her first season, so she wouldn't have this ridiculous contract when she gets all these breaks and stuff like that. So there's examples like the issue is that then you get the people going like, oh, why wasn't Cisco in this episode? And it's just like, well, this episode took place in a 3-hour period. Cisco could have been at the dentist. Maybe he was getting his wisdom teeth taken out.
It's different when episodes take place in a real time, like it's a week apart. Then you're like, why are they not there? But when they take place like in a short span of time, it doesn't make a lot. It's not for that to be the case. So do you want to explain yourself?
Wait, me?
Yeah,
question down below.
Oh, sorry, you like that? Like, huh? Wait, one of Ben's favorite Flash episodes is Girls' Night Out, and the musical episode Explain Yourself, lol. No comment. No, I'm joking. The musical episode is like one of my favorites. I know these guys don't like it, but it's awesome. Great songs, great music, great dancing. Yeah, but Girls' Night Out, I can't even remember it much, so sorry. That's why it's one of my favorites. But yeah.
So I thought about this question for a moment. I read it and then I was like, I don't know if I have an answer for it. But she says, so Caitlin said that she destroyed the cure and does not get arrested. Was it their cure? Didn't it belong to Star
and
Labs?
also it's like she could, like, how do they know she's just not covering for someone? And it's also,
however, before you protect the criminal. Before you protect the criminal.
How am I protecting young Ben?
She broke into that place. Breaking into the police department and hacking into the system is illegal.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that.
Yeah, but they don't have any proof of it.
Wait. The hacking into the cameras and stuff, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Right?
Well, technically she didn't do that. Cisco did it.
Yeah.
Well, she's an accomplice.
She is an accomplice, but she's not the one that actually did it.
I didn't know Ben hated Caitlin.
Oh, there we go.
Interesting.
He hates so many characters. I'm actually shocked that Ben hates Melissa. Now he hates Caitlin. Like, who's next? Ryan
Does
Wilder?
Caitlin play Caitlin? Oh my god.
Wow. I'm very interested in this, Ben. It's very edgy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though. Is it quiz time?
No. We got more super chats.
Oh, I didn't realize people were flexing today.
They are. $5 super chat. I know it seems like they want to write off the show Frost, but do you think we'll get her back or we'll get an alternate Earth? So she's not written off the show.
Yeah.
She's not going to be a regular character moving forward. Like we might see her, but yeah.
Well, you know how they would have her off the show? They would have sent her to prison, and she would have had her powers taken away.
Yeah.
So that sort of says that she's not gone. She's just gone for now while they do other stuff. But it's not going to be too surprising that if London Graphs gets like a set photo of her in the 150th episode or finale being Frost.
Mm.
So
but Eric had a theory where it was like she goes to Argus and she's held there because she's like a powered tool that Argus could use.
Because they've done that in the past. So it just
it's like almost like a Suicide Squad sort of thing.
Yeah. Also, what was up with that Argus guy? Like, is it just me or is he a freaking robot?
Well, that's the thing. I thought he was, because he was in the Abracadabra episode, and I thought he was some weird thing that Abracadabra had made or something. I don't know if it's the acting or if it's intentional.
You think it's just the acting?
Well, I don't know if it's meant to be, because it's so noticeable that it's just to the point where it's like, surely, like it's meant to be like that. Like, I'm not too sure. That's a bit odd.
Also, I'll say that I think the issue is that Frost's storyline and Caitlin's storyline show has been a problem in the sense that the writers have been able to have a consistent, like every season, her story changes. It's almost a joke at this point. And so I think in order for Caitlin to grow as a character, Frost has to go away. That's really the only way it's going to happen. Because right now there are stories around her struggling with Frost. But that story's over now. They're separated. So Caitlin can now have a storyline that is not connected to the Frost thing. If Frost was this amazing character that they had done a really good job of writing, I would be devastated with her being gone. But they just haven't done a good job with her. I've made like half dozen videos about the problems with Killer Frost on the show. And I love Caitlin and I love the idea of the Killer Frost character. They've just never been able to write the story, in my opinion. Either one of you broken up about this? Is this something that's stopping you or no? Or like any thoughts?
None, not really.
Yeah, she's not like. I mean, I'm happy we're gonna get more Caitlyn. Okay.
See, I've been saying this for ages. Now the chat is finally catching on. Ben is very rude.
Ugh.
He is a very rude little boy, isn't he? Rude boy.
Wait, so Ben,
is that a Rihanna song? Rude boy. No, that's not the song title. I don't think.
Wow, I didn't know about this one.
Yeah.
Well, he does that on his alt account.
Yeah, I create those fan cams.
West Allen Stan XX1XX.
Yeah, that's my
Love
account.
Heart XX.
Thomas here with the Jealous Super Chat. Lucifer season 5B is out May 28th, and it has a musical episode. Well, the thing is, I feel like on Lucifer they can get away with that because Lucifer already has like 1 million songs in it. I know from personal experience that it's just constant.
You know from your copyright claim emails.
I gave up on it. Like I need to go back and figure a way that I can do the wrap up my thoughts on the season without.
Do you think though, if you did a reaction to the Flash episode, you'd get claimed for hot in here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hot in.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, we have another super chat here from Ash, $5 super chat. Why can't we have Barry be right and a competent leader? He knew Nora was shady weeks ago, but Barry can never win because Iris always has to be right. I don't know if he totally knew. Did he? Do you think he totally knew?
He didn't know. He didn't know.
No, I think he started to catch on this week when Nora was pushing it. But I don't think in the previous weeks he did. I think he was more just awkward because the Speed Force looks like his mum was there. I don't think he was thinking that. The week of the Dion thing, I think he was sort of curious why. Was it the Dion thing? Yeah, it was. So episode 6, I think he was sort of like questioned what Cisco was saying about it. But I don't think he was like overly suspect to the point where he couldn't trust her. I think that happened this week when she was pushing everything.
And what does this mean about Iris always has to be right? Was Iris like saying something positive about Nora?
Iris didn't do that.
I don't think Iris was right. I think Iris was more just being a bit awkward with the whole calling the Speed Force Nora, inviting her in. That's not really Iris being right or wrong because I don't think the Speed Force really exposed themselves as dodgy until this week. So previous to that, I don't think you can really question too much.
I was going to say, is this predicting the future though? We might see some of this in the future if as far as Iris goes with the Speed Force, maybe later down the road. But I don't think Barry has been a competent leader for a while. I think it's always been sort of a team effort, if that's the right way to put it. Like, I don't think anyone has ever really been great. I think Iris did a pretty good job in the beginning being a leader after they took their break and they came back or whatever, but it never really made a lot of sense in the context of the show. But outside of that, I mean, who would you say, has anybody really been the leader at all? Or, I mean, would you guys ever call anybody a leader of the team?
I think the only person they ever called a leader was Iris in season 4.
Yeah.
I think it's the only time they've ever called someone a leader.
I never saw Barry as a leader, unfortunately, for me. Like, really? Did you, Ben? You said yes. I mean, he just didn't.
I mean, they're a team after all, but I would say Barry's definitely the leader.
Okay.
Like, it's Team Flash.
Yeah, but they've always said we are the Flash, so it's like he might wear the suit, but
they said that in season 4.
Do you remember all the way back when they said it the first time it ever was said on screen? Do you remember the episode?
Mm-hmm. I remember your video or like some people's videos, and everyone was like, not we are. And then they titled the finale "We Are the Flash," which was fun.
It triggered everybody. I was triggered by that. Staggerforth the 49 super chat. Imagine if they split Caitlyn and Killer Frost 3 seasons ago and Frost remained a villain. That's the thing, is they worked so hard to redeem the character, but then the storyline was just not great. Would you have preferred Frost stay a villain and been Killer Frost? Either of you guys? Do you think that would have worked?
Yeah, but then she's gone 3 seasons ago. Like they would have defeated her. So unless it was like going to be some recurring thing, I don't know. I don't know how you would necessarily, unless you like. Depends if you wanted her to be consistently there every now and then, or if it was just like, okay, she's a villain for a season. Like she's a part of like the storyline where she's a villain, the villain, or I don't think she'd ever be the villain, but a villain. Depends, I guess, what you would want. Yeah,
Ash, I get it. There's a lot of bad writing. Like I try to call out everything I can, but I remember Iris sort of like sticking up for Nora enough to make Barry feel like he knew something, and she like. There's been times where Barry has absolutely gone to the team and been right, and they haven't listened to him about another Nora. So there's that. It's not confirmed, but the CW on May 25th will release all the fall schedule and mid-season shows. We've already gotten some of the dates, right?
No, for next year. So it's the upfronts. It's the upfronts they do every year. So they'll probably show up a trailer for Naomi and...
When's Naomi supposed to come out? January.
Like sorry?
When's Naomi supposed to come out? I forgot.
I'd assume it's probably... Depends if it gets picked up or not. It might not get picked up. They might film the pilot and go, no. Because that hasn't been picked up.
Not picked
Are they
up?
still only filming the pilot?
I think they're done with the pilot. Actually, no, sorry. I think they went away for a bit and they came back. I think they took a week break because a pilot usually takes a bit longer.
Yeah.
But like on May 25th, they'll probably show a trailer for Naomi, or at least first look photos or something, and then they'll reveal whether they picked it up or not. But I'd assume trailer for that and Powerpuff Girls thing and whatever other shows they have.
Powerpuff Girls, like. I can't believe that's even going to be a thing, to be completely honest.
No, that's crazy.
Look, Haley says he was sus about DeVoe and no one believed him. He's been that way about a lot of people and they haven't believed him. But I think that has less to do with him being a leader and more with the team just listening to each other. Naruto with the $2 super chat. Eobard in season 1 was the only team leader.
True.
I mean, that is kind of true. I mean, Eobard is a good. I mean, look what he did with the Legion of Doom. I mean, he's pretty good about delegating and stuff like that. So, all right. So let's wrap up our talk about the fight. You guys can keep super chatting if you want, but I just want to get some final thoughts on the episode from you guys. Are you happy with the way this is set up now, that the Speed Force has kind of shown her true colors and, tried to attack Iris and then tried to attack or hurt Alexa or whatever? Do you feel like this is moving at a good pace? Because I feel like this week's episode for me was one of the best episodes we've had this season and probably one of the best episodes of The Flash we had in a while. And I know that's edgy because a lot of people said they didn't like this week's episode, that it was filler and that it wasn't good. And I'm trying to figure out how people are seeing that. But what are your thoughts on it?
Well, I enjoyed the episode. I think they set up the final 3 episodes pretty well. But we talked about it before. Like it's hard to get a read on how people, because the thing is, I think I said it to Eric yesterday, Barry could have run around farting for 40 minutes and they would have been like, oh my God, the Flash was running around the entire episode. It was so good. CGI fest. I loved it. 10 out of 10. But then they actually do like a character episode and it's just like, which goes against the Flash, really. It's because the Flash isn't character driven.
No,
it's story driven.
Very much.
So for them actually do a character episode and do it well, which they did yesterday, and then people rag on it. It goes, well, then you're not going to get them. You're not going to get those episodes if you rag on them. Appreciate them when you get them.
Also, like that Chester episode, I feel like had a similar reaction. Like it was really good.
Yeah,
and then some people didn't like it because it's less Flash.
Well, like the Chester episode was a bit of a mix. It was like story end because it was still.
I know, but
I know what you mean.
Focus on one character.
Yeah.
Well, people called that a filler episode. That was not.
It wasn't. It was completely centered on the main story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear multi-topic talk with the $2 super chat. Some people, for some, filler only means they didn't like it. I see that a lot.
No, as I said, I know filler means Flash didn't twerk. Like that's pretty much what it is. Flash didn't run around, throw a lightning bolt at a pole, and that's what filler is to a lot of people. As I said, people don't pay attention. It's like I saw someone going, like I posted a thing on Twitter, and I was like, oh wow, Frost dabbed on Kristen Kramer, and everyone was like, "How? She's going to prison." Like, did you not watch the freaking story?
Yeah.
She took Kristen's power away. Kristen wanted to set an example by getting her powers taken away.
Frost used herself as an example to sacrificed herself pretty much to go to prison. So hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of metas didn't get their powers / identities taken from them. And everyone's like, and then the person's like, "Oh," it's like it wasn't like some sort of ridiculous like equation or something.
Well, let's keep in mind here that Frost said from the beginning when all this went down that she wanted to pay. She knew there was going to be consequences.
Yeah,
and she was ready
she had to face justice for what had happened previously.
Yeah, but like I mean, I kind of understand like a lifetime in prison for what she's done doesn't make sense.
Well, no, because she put that forward herself.
I know, but like
she went with the next best thing to like taking her powers away.
Yeah, so it's like a
lifetime prison.
Yeah, so it was like what 10-20. I think they said 10 to 20 was what the sentence would have been in the range. But she was like, "Well, I'll go for life if I get to keep my powers."
Mm-hmm. And
then Kristen can't use it as an example and push that notion forward.
#dabbed.
So before we talk about this comment right here, I will say that this episode to me felt like a season 2 or 3 episode, like back in that era, because there wasn't a lot of slapstick comedy. There wasn't a lot of funny moments. It was a lot of like drama and a lot of story. So for me, that's what it felt like. Do you feel that way at all? Or did you guys just,
first half of season 3.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's not talk about the back half.
I'm not 100% sure. I didn't really think about that. Like, I think it's just less funny. I wouldn't say it's exactly the same as what we had before. Like, if I remember season 2 and 3 off the top of my head, it's like a lot of speedster stuff, a lot of like mystery. That's kind of what I remember.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like,
I'm talking more about tone than story. Like the fact that it's much more serious than
season 3 thing. Yeah, I get that.
Because season 3 gets trashed a lot, not just because of the back half of it, but because it was a darker season. It was like the darkest season of The Flash, which I think that season 2 was kind of dark as well. Because
I think season 2 is the darkest. Yeah. Season 3 is like a mishmash of season 1 and 2 in regards to tone, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, like season 3, bro, no one got freaking like on TV neck snapped left, right, and center, you know?
That's true. This comment from Dino Dragon 55, comparing Barry to Oliver. Oliver was at least competent and assertive in his decision making, but with Barry, I feel like it's just weak and not very assertive in his leadership. But wasn't that like the struggle that those two characters had all along? Like Oliver was always basically training Barry on how to do what he needed to do, and Barry's flip side to that to Oliver was showing him care and concern and how to be this beacon character.
Yeah, I don't know why you would even compare Barry to Oliver. The whole point was that they were sort of opposites.
Yeah, like Superman and Batman in a lot of ways.
They're on the other side of each other. So
I think that for me, I wouldn't compare them in that way because I feel like they were different for a reason. So Radical Z here with the $2 super chat. Could Flash season 8 be shortened due to Supergirl season? Oh, Stargirl season 2. I don't know. I don't think it would have anything to do with each other, right? I don't think that would matter.
No.
You can still premiere in the back half of the mid-season and still have 20 episodes. The 100 did it for
look at
5 or 6. Well, even the 100 did it for every season, I think.
The 100 did what?
Have those large amount of episodes and then premiere in the mid-season, if not later.
Yeah. So outside of that, though, I thought the episode was really good. And even though we got less Flash, I think I really enjoyed the story. And like you were saying, I even said this, I think the Flash doesn't usually focus on the kinds of details. They usually focus on the bigger story.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it quite a bit. So thoughts?
They're pretty similar.
Let's not start this. It's gonna be you got to bring up every single. Let's take it off screen, Eric, because you know it's going to end up with like one of those "would you rather" things that we've done previously that we've managed to get off. Take it off screen. I'm not getting into one of these things because you're going to go with every single character. Who's better, Barry or Goldface? Later.
See you later, PM. All right. So unfortunately, we're not going to have time to do the quiz now because it's already.
I
over
knew
an
you were
hour.
prolonging things.
I wasn't. I was answering super chats.
Oh, god damn it! I got my notepad and everything. And
Wait. Do you have a proper pad though?
I got a Sharpie.
Look, he
I
has.
even got a Sharpie.
He has
poo colored as well, so it's even
Yeah.
better.
The other problem is my internet is acting up as well. It's like I keep roboting and I don't know what's going on. So I feel like it would be awful.
It's like Death Note.
Is it Death Note? Hold that up, Ben.
Don't write my name in there.
Ben. Yeah. Oh
my god! He actually. Wow, Eric, how bad do you feel? You've ruined Ben's week. He went and bought the Sharpie, the notebook. Oh, fucking hell.
Who's a better leader? I don't know about this one.
Eric.
Yes, I don't know. Probably Paigey. No, Paigey would lead us all to our death. Probably. I have a feeling that's what would happen.
I would run us off a cliff.
Yeah, most likely. $5 super chat. We're gonna get a great year and a half Fairverse without a major break. What would you say the biggest break is we're getting doing rough math in our heads? Like how much time are we gonna have off from shows?
That mid-season break, I mean Christmas.
Yeah.
It's about like 6 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be the biggest one.
People telling me to do the quiz, you realize that I have to be at work in 30 minutes. Like it's not about being lame. It's literally I have to work.
Do a short quiz.
Peer pressure.
Yeah. No, we'll do a separate. Like I said, we'll do a separate stream just for the quiz. So, like, because I know Ben. I know, that's why I didn't even put it in the title because I wasn't sure if we were gonna have time to do it. So, Ben's like, I got a marker. Oh, here's a good question from Malik. Who's the better critic? Eric, Paigey, or Ben?
Eric, because of his rants.
Well, Eric, because there is potential of twerk/cheek actions.
Oh, maybe.
In every review.
Sorry. Not every review, but majority of reviews, there is a possibility.
I've seen Justin ask this question like a million times. I've up and answer it. How do you think they're going to pay off Bloodwork teaser in the last Flash season? Do you think he'll show up in the season? Thoughts?
No.
It's very important to remember that they did that when like pre-COVID. Like they might have been planning to bring back for an episode and do something there, but they're not going to. Especially the actor that played him. Like I don't know if he would be willing to go into 2 weeks of quarantine to film for like 4 or 5 days. So unless it was something like multi-episode,
unless they just use the CGI monster and don't have the actor come back.
Yeah. Well, we thought that was happening, but it turned out to be false.
But even then, like I don't know if you'd. What's the point? I think it would just be a CGI battle.
So it's so funny because Paigey literally was like, "It's going to show up like Would You Rather," and it's literally that's what's happening in the chat now. It's so funny.
Who is most reliable? Warshu, Disgrace, Randolph, or Emergency Wilson?
Ben actually read that out. Oh my god.
Oof. Nah,
That's gonna get clipped. They're gonna tag her on Twitter with that. Guys, if you clip Ben saying that and tag her in it, that would be.
He's not only gonna get himself canceled, but discussing film will be canceled as well.
No. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Answer the question, Eric.
Which question?
The one I read out.
Oh,
can you draw with the Sharpie a Harry Potter scar on your forehead?
No. No.
On your forehead? That's like something you do when somebody passes out.
Stream.
When they fall asleep early, you draw something on their face. That's hilarious.
The boy who lived.
Godspeed will return. So the thing is, I don't know if you noticed or not, but my neons over here completely blew out, so I don't have any light over here except for my shill Spider-Man lamp.
Wow.
That's very shilly.
Is that shill enough for you?
Shill Central.
So I have to order new neon lights because now I don't have them and I'm sad. I'm sad about that.
Ooh.
Oh, here's a good question. Does Paigey like pears?
Obviously.
I'm not going to answer that because it's just so random. I don't even know what it means.
Here we go.
What does it mean?
Remember Twerk Travel? That was a good one.
Twerk Travel. I think it's an interesting concept. Ben, would you like to work? I'll write the screenplay. You can direct it. Twerk Travel, the film.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good.
It's like Bill and Ted, but with Eric.
Okay, so hear me out. I have a pitch for a show, so I want you to hear me out on this one.
A show, miniseries, or film?
This is it's a limited series. It's a limited series. So we have the daughter of Oliver and Felicity in the future, and she travels back in time to pick up the mantle of her father's legacy. And then she goes back to the future with both of the Canaries, and they fight crime together in the future.
Oh, sounds great. I would pick that up straight away.
Would you? You think it would be good?
Quizmaster.
Paigey, what do you think about that one? Any thoughts or opinions on that?
I think he's like down.
It depends. Do you need to spend half of a show's final season to set it up?
Yeah.
And then it becomes redundant because it was a shit idea and it didn't get picked up?
Yeah.
And it ended up ruining that final season of that show that was really good?
Yes, all of that. Connor Reed with a $10 super chat. It's honestly depressing that the last good season of The Flash was season 3. The season is so far.
You lost me there, Connor, with that first sentence. So
this season has been the worst. And I don't have hope things will get better, especially with
I'm sorry.
Do you think it's the worst? Do you think it's the worst?
Season 5 is clearly the worst. It's so.
Season 5 is clearly better than season 4, which was a pile of.
Ben, we've already.
Pile
Ben, you think Supergirl season 1 is good?
Bro, you're like the thinker.
It was good. Didn't you? You were raving on about
most,
Cicada. You wanted a third Cicada.
You wanted a 50th cicada thinker clone.
All right, you've lost, Ben.
Nah.
You wanted a third Cicada.
Nah. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet now.
Good. I would suggest it as well.
I don't think this season is the worst. Like I don't.
No, it's some very good episodes, right? Eric gave it 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Like the only below average one is episode 3.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's because they're obviously trying to like merge a finale with like, I guess like a first episode for a season. So it just felt really rushed.
All right, we had one more comment here, then we're going to wrap it up. I can't remember. Where did it go?
Remember Ruta? Didn't it end up being Reuter?
It was Reuters, yeah.
Did anyone ever go to that restaurant? It's near you, isn't it, Eric? Rudders.
Which one? Yeah. It was. I can't remember.
Yeah, Rudders. Why go anywhere else? That was the name of the.
Season 5 is slightly better than season 4, but they both suck.
Yeah, L. So actually, here we go. List your Flash opinions, and I'll give you L or dub. So this is Paigey judges.
Naruto with the super chat. Thinker was good until body hopping.
Slight dub, because he comes back at the end and he's very good. Like, do we have that episode? Is it in Argus?
Yes.
Where he just goes when you like that's like one of the coolest scenes that the Flash is like probably like top 10.
I will say that I enjoyed the scenes between him and Barry when he killed himself, like back in the beginning of the season. They had good chemistry.
I think it's pretty clear they should have kept him like not revealed as the Thinker until mid-season. So had DeVoe there, but have DeVoe as this like just character. But then again, they might have gone, a wheelchair character like Wells was in season 1, so maybe that's why they wanted to avoid it. But I think the issue was he went from episode 1 to episode 22 or 23, whatever episode count there was that season. So that was like the big issue. They just stretched out. But Neil Sandilands was really good in the role.
Did Ben just lag out? Is that what happened?
Either lagged out or rage quit. It was one of the two.
Radical Z with a $2 super chat. Cicada was good until Daughter Demon showed up.
L.
Well, you heard it from him.
He was good for like the first like 3 episodes, then it got a bit like whatever that thing was he did.
I guess this is from best to worst. 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5.
If you had 6 ahead of 3, I'd be like, okay, that's a fair opinion, but 6 is better than 3.
Connor with a $10 super chat. Thank you again. Sir Benjamin has returned.
I have returned. My computer just like decided to die on me.
This is the Deathly Hallows Part 2.
All right, this is our last thing before I have to go because it's 7:30 here. Connor Reed with the $10 super chat. It's not the worst season. Season 5 is the worst for sure. Put it this way: Supergirl season 2, 3, 4, and 6 so far are loads better and more interesting than the Flash season 7. Wow.
I'm loving the copyrighted music playing in the back.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong.
Just to cancel the stream as we
like we just loaded up and then loaded the stream. Apologies. Sorry.
Was it an ad? Was it an ad?
Thoughts on this, guys? In the chat and here on the live stream. Thoughts on this take?
It's a bit of an L.
Season 4 of Supergirl is not as good as season 7 of The Flash. Let's just say that. But season
I agree
2
with the first sentence because I think it just because that's
season
right. But
2 and 3 are good. Really good.
The final is it one sentence? Yeah, the final sentence is just the Supergirl related one is a bit of an L.
Yeah, wait, Eric, do you agree that season 3 is better than this of Supergirl season 3? Because you really like Rain, right?
Yeah, but they shit the bed at the end.
Yeah. So it's hard for me to compare full seasons to what we have now. We're not in a full season.
Yeah, because let's be honest, Ben's going to cream himself when Godspeed comes on screen.
I will say, as of right now, if we were comparing this season of The Flash to where we were at Supergirl in season 3, which I remember it started out really strong in season 3, I would say it's pretty even to me. I don't think I like one more than the other. I think it's about the same. But I would have to go back and rewatch Supergirl season 3 from the beginning because you can't compare the whole season. You can't compare 20 episodes to 7 episodes. You can't.
I've always said it's sort of pointless and a bit redundant judging a season that hasn't ended, especially when they're not even halfway through. If there's 2 or 3 episodes left and you just know it's been just average and the final episodes aren't going to raise its overall score, then fair enough. But not even halfway through. Next week's the halfway point.
Would you agree that because he put Supergirl season 2, 3, 4, and 6, which means that he doesn't think that 1 and 5 are very good. Would you say that either of those seasons of Supergirl, Ben, this is for you, 2, 3, 4, and 6 are better than 1 and 5? Would you agree that those are the better seasons of Supergirl? Because we're currently in 6 right now. So
I agree. That's weird. I agree that 2 and 3 are really good.
Ooh.
I really like 1. 1 is one of my favorites.
Wait, isn't 4 the best season?
Shut up.
Isn't it? Isn't that the one with Agent Liberty and stuff?
Oh yeah, I'm sure you really related to the Agent Liberty stuff, AG.
Yeah, I'm American. Didn't you know? Hey, dude. Hey.
Hey, dude. Look, there's the alien, dude.
Hey, dude. $1 hot dog from my truck. $1 hot dog. $1 hot dog.
Yeah, but season 1,
relish,
2, 3, really good. Season 4, not so good. Season 5, pretty average. It was decent.
Wait, you don't like season 4? I'm pretty sure. Don't we agree, Eric, that it's the best one? Or I
really like season 4. I didn't stop liking it until close to the very end of it.
No, just the story with Agent Liberty just was bad.
But see, I thought that was the best part of that season was the Agent Liberty stuff until Lex.
Even by the end,
I think this is
no. The Lex stuff at the end was interesting, but I'm saying I think that you didn't like Agent Liberty, but I thought that the Agent Liberty episode was really good. So
I thought that episode was good, but I think the story past that was.
Yeah, because didn't you say that Agent Liberty reminded you of Trump?
Who said that?
Ben.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't say that.
I don't know.
Or maybe you did in secret. Maybe not on stream.
I'm not sure. I don't know. But no, season 4 had some really good episodes when Lex came, and that saved the season from being terrible. It's not the Flash season 4 levels of bad.
So you don't think that it was already good and then Lex just made it better? You hated it all the way up until Lex got there?
No, I just thought it was it was very disappointing because I really liked all the seasons before.
Ben, You are currently exposing yourself for shit taste. You are currently exposing yourself for having shit taste. I didn't even have to do it. You exposed yourself. Sorry? Come again?
You like season 4 of The Flash.
It's better than 3 and 5.
Ooh.
We've already talked about that, and I won that debate. That was a bit of a hashtag dab.
Yeah. Not so sure.
Don't go at me. Don't go
You know what we should do during the break, but like the short break that we have between shows or whatever. We should go back and watch. Like,
oh no.
Well, no. Go back and watch the seasons of The Flash that we think are like the best seasons, and then debate.
Wait, we do it at the same time. Like we have like a specific season we have to go through, and then we have like the after party where we're like, "This is bad. This is
right." That's what we'll do. Like during the break, we can do like a week where we're like we watch the episodes, and then we come on and we debate why it's good or bad. Because I have a feeling a lot of us are thinking of things with nostalgia lenses, and we're not. Because unless you've watched them recently, you're like, "Oh, well, I remember that episode or whatever." Because I do remember I liked the Agent Liberty episode on Supergirl, and I liked the beginning of that season, and then in the middle it got a little weird for me, and then Lex came in and it got better for me, but I don't remember disliking the whole season. That's the thing. So maybe I did. I don't know for sure, but
sounds good to me. Good idea.
No, because Ben's going to be a little bit of a bitch, and he's not going to admit that he's wrong.
You're not gonna admit that you're wrong. You're gonna watch.
I'll admit when I'm wrong.
You're gonna be secretly like,
I'll admit when I'm wrong. It's just not gonna happen because I know I'm right.
We'll come up with like a criteria. Like we'll have a sheet. We'll come up with like criteria for like things in the season, and we'll check the boxes off. And then that way, when we come on to talk about it, we can be like, well, you know, I like this about it, and then we can say why we didn't like it.
Is there gonna be a certain amount of jokes?
Yes,
that can be said.
Yes. I think this is for you.
Well, here you go, Giovanni squared. This will be the life lesson. Stop being such a negative prick in the replies on Twitter.
All right.
Actually, I might unblock you because you're usually a good. Giovanni's replies are usually a good bait to see who's an idiot, who likes the tweet. So whoever usually likes the tweet, I'm like, okay.
Instant mute.
Not instant mute, but like I've got my eye on you. Is that a song?
Oh, maybe.
I was thinking of Hall & Oates' Private Eye, but
no. All right, that's it. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Adios.